laws, whatever. And we have Donnie on the phone. What's going on, Donnie?
This Canadian border needs to open up.
Yeah, well, it's not.
So you seen that post about someone driving across the border, right?
Yeah, I did. In Vermont, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's what's coming to. I mean, how long are they going to keep this border closed for a fake virus?
So what Donnie's talking about, obviously the separation between Jefferson County and Canada is, obviously the lake and the river. But the further you go up, including Messina area, or for that matter, the Indian reservation, you could literally walk into Canada and no one would stop you. Have you ever been up to the Indian reservation, Akwesasne?
Yeah, I've been up there.
So I got the big tour of it when I was working up there. I hired a Native American, although his last name was McDonald. That was weird. But he drove me around. He says, look, that's Quebec right there. I said, are you kidding me? I said, no, you could just drive right over. And it's like, well, why aren't people coming through here with hashish and stuff? I said, well, maybe I should have said that.
Canada's having a really bad go at it. Their citizens are getting arrested left and right for these COVID violations. You said on the radio show that you haven't really heard much about Canada, but I've been plugged in with some Canadian people, and back by Valentine's Day, they sent an SOS across from Niagara Falls over to the U.S. to signal an SOS because of all their problems.
Someone was using an SOS to tell Americans that there's problems over there?
Yeah, so people were protesting on the Canadian side to try to send us the help. Canada was sending us a message of help.
Right.
So it was a big thing. The news covered it and stuff. I shared the links several months ago back. I think it was in February, I believe.
Well,
because of all these COVID laws.
Well, all right. So the COVID law is one thing, and yes, they're pretty hard because they didn't roll it out like we did. And by the way, you mentioned it yourself or somebody about Tokyo. That's a huge story. Tokyo could not allow any spectators in the stands for the Olympics. First, they had to delay it from last year, and now, just weeks before they're going to open, they had the decision to lose either $1 billion. I hope I get this right. To lose $1 billion or to lose $7 billion. So $7 billion would be to cancel the whole thing altogether, although that's a lowball number right there, or to do the games without any spectators and lose $1 billion. Now, Donnie, you're into I guess conspiracies. Here's my conspiracy on this. You want me to share that? Let me share this with you, Donnie.
Yeah. Let's hear it.
Okay, I'm China. I'm right across the sea. Right? What's that? The Yellow Sea between China and Japan.
Right. Or the China Sea.
And China Sea, whatever. And that's right, you're in the Navy. And you should know the curvature of the Earth. That's not the end of there. Anyway, so I'm thinking, they, infiltrate Japan months before the games start. Get a lot of people, bring a little virus, here, there, everywhere. Get a couple, be part of the party. Do what you have to do. Blend into Tokyo. Spike the numbers. Apparently, Tokyo hasn't been on top of this, which is amazing because you would figure they would be flocking to the vaccination centers because of the nature of who they are, but they didn't. And my guess is, and no one's calculating this, Donnie, but my guess is China has something to do with this.
Numbers, and you think that people are going around spreading this on purpose?
Yeah, China. Yeah, of course. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
That's going to destroy the third largest economy.
I believe that it's man-made. It's being perpetrated. And I believe that the numbers are inflated to cause fear.
Well, no, I know. Yeah, you're going back from the beginning.
From something they're giving them.
I'm just saying that they use the latest variant or their own, because remember, they did create this. We'll never get the real number of how many people were afflicted or affected by COVID-19 in China. We never do get those numbers. We would know, though, because we know that, for instance, early on when Iran lost 9,000 people in less than a week, they didn't know where to put them. So, because of our satellite technology, we were able to see mass graves being, shown from space in the Tehran area. Now, we could do the same thing with China because we can, but we never saw mass graves. Now, remember, there's 1.3 billion people living in China, and they controlled it to the point where they were least affected by it. In fact, last July, they opened up their economy essentially 100%. So they're way ahead of the game. So they're killing us through the virus, and now I think they're spreading it in Japan purposely. My theory, of course.
So this is all part of their depopulation agenda. Have you heard of the Georgia Guidestones down in Georgia?
No. What are they saying there?
Okay, the Georgia Guidestones are these great monolithic stones made out of granite They've written in 12 languages that somebody put up in the 80s. And then the first rule that they have, because they want everybody to live in perpetual harmony, is to maintain a human population of 500 million. So that means you're going to have to exterminate 95% of people.
And how so? How are you going to do that?
Well, they're doing it with disease. They're doing it with food. They're doing it with water. They're doing it with the medical industry. We're getting lied to. I mean, people are waking up to all the lies.
Well, the bubonic plague came from China in what, the 12th or 13th century. That was the Black Plague. That came from China, and it went through Europe like wildfire for many years. It kept coming back. Boy, imagine living in that time frame. No wonder people didn't live to their 30th birthday.
Wouldn't it be nice to know their game plan?
No, we'll never know the game plan. Joe Biden doesn't want us to know.
Actually, we do. It's called the Illuminati card game.
Oh, here we go again.
Look it up.
I know.
The Illuminati card game prints out how they're going to use famine and wars and propaganda and censorship to take over.
We should do a rap song together, Donnie. Let's write a rap song. We should. Hey, China, what you say?
I already filmed one.
Are you really?
Yeah, last summer.
There was a guy that did a local video here. It was called Making Chicken in the Kitchen, or something like that. I forget what. No, it was something else. Were you here when that guy did the video? Nasset. Now he's tame. He's like Cool Hand Luke. Until one day, he's going to shoot a snake and run off. Remember Cool Hand Luke, Jim Levin?